Okay, guys, here we go. I'm going to share my screen with you. This is session 3 in the trading mindset. So let me share my screen so we can see exactly where we go. Okay, here we go. Put that over there. Okay, so as I've said many, many times before, building discipline and building your mindset is something that you've really got to be looking at, and you really got to get this in your head, because when I first started trading, I thought it was all about trading skills, strategy, timing the market, knowing about entry and exits, knowing where to place my stop loss and take profit, looking at the news, looking at higher time frames, looking at support and resistance and all that. And that is all very, very important. Don't get me wrong. That's the technical side of things. But more importantly, the things that will sabotage you more than that, knowing your strategy, is getting the right mindset, because the mindset has to be in place first. And it's the mindset of building this discipline and making a success a habit. And if you ignore that discipline, you're not going to trade very well. So there's a lot of steps in being disciplined, a lot of steps in getting things organized, and hold on, I'm just admitting some people here. Here we go. So that is more crucially important to your trading success than the actual technical analysis of your charts. Morning, everybody. So the mindset is vitally, vitally important. I'm going to go through this. I'm going to recap a little bit from last week as well. So we get into the frame of mind of what is achievable, why is this important, why you need to master this to become a successful trader. Obviously, in the evening sessions, we go over actual trading and setups and entries and exits and divergence and Fibonacci and stop loss, setting stop losses, support and resistance, all that kind of good stuff. But you get so much great benefit from the Go Live educators that I'm not going to be teaching so much today. You know, this evening we are on live and looking at live setups, which I know a lot of people like to do that. So last week I showed you how to make 5 figures in 5 months. And basically, here's the recap. We're talking about over here on the right-hand side, opening a $25,000 funded trader challenge account. Cost you $200, actually $199. Once you pass a challenge by trading consistently, you start growing your account daily. And your goal is a very small goal. It's only $80 to $120 per day. So when you start off, it's about $83, I think it was. You can check on the recording for last week. And by the end of the 5 months, you'll be at around $119, $120 per day. So very, very small amount on a $25,000 account. So don't forget, that's a minuscule amount. It's literally only 1/3 of 1%. So we're not talking 1%. We're not talking 3%. It's literally 1/3 of 1%. And in 5 months, you'll have a 5-figure account. Okay. And then we're going to show you how to use that money wisely, because we want to invest in other sources of income. We want you to use trading as your base. This is the way out of your current situation, or to improve your current situation. That's one of the reasons why we're here, why we're all here. But we don't want this to be our sole source of income for many, many reasons. But, you know, most millionaires have at least 5 to 7 sources of income, and that's just a smart way to do it. And I'll show you how we do that as well. Then I went on, obviously, to show you how to make 6 figures. We go back to a more reasonable 1% a day, still the $25,000 account. It only takes 7 months to get up to a 6-figure account. What's the difference? You just keep doing that consistently. We're only using a daily compound rate of 1%. Some people do 1 to 3%. Last week, again, on that recording, if you weren't on, I showed you a friend and a mentor of mine who last month achieved 257% in 1 month, which is unbelievably incredible. I'm not saying that we're all going to do that. You're going to do that. No, I'm saying you're not going to do that. But what you are going to do is, if you stay consistent and you build your mindset up and you build your trading skills up, you become disciplined and consistent, you will start improving your numbers, no doubt at all. If you want to punch your own figures in here, you can go to thecalculatorsite.com, and this is what comes up. Make sure you're on the daily compounding tab. Otherwise, it doesn't work with the other tabs. We're talking about daily compounding. And what will happen is, when you get to 5 figures, when you get to 7 figures, I'm going to work on the 7 figures, obviously, because that's a nice round number, 100,000. You're now going to have access to the freedom of choice, which is another reason why we're all trading. It's another reason why we're all here. We're at jobs that we don't want to do. We have bigger dreams. We want to go do missionary work. Well, you can't do missionary work without having income coming in. You can't support your church if you're not financially stable. You want to leave your job. You don't want to be bossed around by your boss. You don't want to be looking over your shoulder all the time as to who's watching what you're doing. So I'm going to show you how to do that with a plan that's going to come up later on. Okay, so again, we covered this earlier. Remember, you cannot make big money trading with a small account. This is the essence of trading with a funded trader account as opposed to your own account. Now, it doesn't mean you don't have your own account, because I'm going to show you how we actually incorporate the two together, because I want you to have a live account. But right now, when we're putting $50, $100, $200 into a live account, and we can take a little bit of crypto here and there, and we're staking and we're investing, etc. That is a great way to go. But I'm going to show you how to accelerate that using this system. So just going on 20%, which is 1% a day. The numbers just change based on the size of your account. Nothing else. If you just took 3 trades to make $200 a month on a $1,000 account, it can take 3 trades on a $10,000 account to make $2,000. It takes 3 trades on a $100,000 account to make $20,000, because the percentage is the same. If you're risking 1%, 2%, 3%, whatever your trading plan tells you to do, it's the same. It's just the larger amounts give you larger rewards. So, I know this for a lot of people, 20,000 is a large amount. When you get there, you'll realize you want larger amounts than that, okay? But 20,000 is just 1% a day on a $100,000 account. We showed you how to get there in 7 months. Just imagine what that would do for you. Imagine what half of that would do for you. It'd certainly be able to give up your job if that's what you wanted to do. It'd certainly be able to help yourself and other people if that's what you want to do. And I'll show you what that looks like as well. Okay, start with 200, grow to 5 figures. And here's what I suggest. Once we start making profits on our funded trader account, so that means passing the challenge, start making profits, you want to start taking the money out of that account. And this is also important on a live account. When you make, especially if you get a really good trade and you make a really good profit on that, don't leave it in there. At least reward yourself, take a little bit out. If you're working on a smaller account, $50, $100, $200, take a little bit out, buy a little bit of crypto, buy yourself a nice meal, take your significant other out and treat yourself to, even if it's ice cream or something like that, just a little treat to reward yourself for achieving something. But as you get on these bigger accounts, I'm going to show you what that means, and what will that do to you internally, and how that will fill your heart and soul with ways that you can actually help other people, not just yourself. Okay, we're going to show you how to pay yourself first. We're going to obviously we want you to treat yourself, have a little reward for doing well. But as we're growing, we're going to start investing and diversify. I'm in real estate. I started in residential. I'm now in commercial real estate. You already know about crypto. If you're following KD and Samuel and some of the other guys, obviously Mike Sotero, Kurt Cobain, etc., you know all about investing in crypto. But we're also going to be talking about regular funds, 401ks, businesses. So you grow multiple sources of income. And don't forget, obviously, charity, tithing, donations, things that are important to you spiritually as well. We're looking at, a broad way of improving our lives, not just financially. Okay? Never take out all the profits, though, because you do want your account to grow. So if you start off with a $1,000 account and you make $500, don't take out the $500 leaving $1,000. Take out $400 and you leave $1,100 in there. If you're on a $100,000 account and you make 10 grand, don't take the whole 10 grand out. Take 5,000 out or 8,000. Leave 2,000 in there. So you always, whatever account you're on, a live account or a funded trader account, you always want to leave enough there so it is growing, but you do want to take some profits. And I'll show you what that means and why it's important. Let's look at an example. We look at our $100,000 account. We're making 1% a day, 5 days a week, 4 weeks in a month. Nice and simple calculation. So you make your $20,000. You're going to pay yourself $8,000. Now, for most people, $8,000, that's easily going to replace your salary. Now you don't have to work if you don't want to. But I'm not saying that you have to give your job up, but it gives you the choice that if you want to give your job up, you've now got $8,000 a month coming in, which for most people can replace your full-time income quite comfortably. Okay, most people have a nut when they're a little bit older. I mean, some, if you're still at home or you don't have vehicles, you don't have significant others, you don't have a family, your nut can be quite small. But a lot of people, their monthly nut that they need to earn is going to be about, $3,500 on average a month. Okay, that's going to pay your rent, your mortgage, your car, etc. Somewhere between $3,500 and $4,500 a month. So 8,000 a month should be able to do it. Then we're going to take 5,000 out. Don't forget we got 20,000. We're going to take 5,000, put it into a live account because we want to be completely in control of our own money. With a live account, we can do that. And when that grows to a significant level, we're going to make money on that. We're going to take 5,000 out to invest in income producing assets. Now, what are income producing assets? They're things that give you an income every month. They can be stocks that give out dividends. They can be mutual funds that grow over time. The most common one that people do is they start buying properties. It can be a condo, it can be a duplex, it can be a fourplex, it can be a single family home and you rent it out. It can be a home. You can buy a single family home, live in that yourself. Let's say it's a 3-bedroom home and have 2 roommates paying you enough to pay the whole mortgage. So now somebody else is funding the purchase of your house. And, with real estate, reach out to me, reach out to other people that you might know in real estate. We'll put a plan together to show you how to do this. We do this all the time, and people I know, people on this call since joining the academy have got out of rented accommodation and now own their own home. And I'm so proud of that. I'm so proud that people have been able to make that change. And I'm proud that I've been able to help them on that path as well. So I can help you. There's other people that can help you on these issues and on this plan of investing in other assets, because we want to be in a stage later on when all these are what we call passive income assets. That means they're bringing in money, whether you're on holiday, whether you're asleep, whether you're laid up sick, whatever it might be, whether you're off in another country doing missionary work. Trading is all good. It's very well. But what happens if you are in the middle of Africa doing missionary work? There's no Wi-Fi. You don't have your laptop with you. Your phone doesn't work. You can't trade. So what we're doing is we're setting up other income producing assets that will bring money in while you're doing other things. Okay. And if you do that consistently for a year to 2 years, I'll show you what that means. It starts getting really, really mind-blowing. So assuming you carry on working, so you're not tapping into that 8,000 a month. Year one, you'll have 96,000 in your account. Year two, you have nearly $200,000 in your account. This is in 24 months, guys. 24 months. I challenge you to make your dreams bigger, because these are the things you should be looking at for your dreams. Maybe they're not that. Maybe you'll start off small, and when you hit them, you'll grow it a bit bigger. When you hit those, you'll grow them a bit bigger. I'm just showing what could happen on an account that's throwing off $20,000 a month. You'd have 96,000 in your savings account after year one, 60,000 in your live account. Imagine what you're going to be making on your $60,000 live account. You're going to have 60,000 coming in income producing assets. Might not seem a lot, but if those income producing assets are throwing off $1,000 or $2,000 a month, that's extra income coming in for you. And 24,000, you know, that's really, now you've got some choices to make. You can be tithing to your church. You can be making donations. Obviously, you got fantastic vacations or trips. Lots of things with you can do that with that kind of money. Year two, nearly 200,000 saved, 120,000 in your live account. Now you've got another live account worth over 6 figures. You've got 120,000 in assets. Now that's probably pulling in 5, 6, 7,000 a month. Now you've really got another income that gives you financial freedom for the rest of your life. Because if you own a property that's fully rented out and is giving you rent, or an Airbnb that's giving you rent on these things, that's just going to go in perpetuity. You're going to have that forever. You can take many vacations. And obviously, you know, anything else that you have in mind, spiritually, financially, helping people out, buying them cars, buying them houses, helping them out financially, you've got the options to do that. This is very, very important. The reason I show this is not to say, hey, you know, you can make all this money, that's fantastic. The reason I'm showing you this is, if you get the aspects of this trading correct, these are the kind of things you can be looking for. I'm not guaranteeing you'll have these kind of results or achieve. You may be less, you may be more. But what I'm saying is, if you've got these in front of you and you can see the potential and can see the possibility, this will make you do things that you may not have been doing before. And by that, I mean, when I started trading, I was not a morning person. I used to go to bed late. I used to love going to bed late, you know, 11, 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And when I got this, and when I got this in my head that this could change my life forever in a positive way, I started getting up early. I started getting up at 7. I started getting up at 6. I started getting up at 5. I now get up at 4:40 every morning. Why? Because I'm looking at these numbers. If somebody said to me in year two, if you have nearly $200,000 in your savings account, would you get up at 4:30? Hell yes, I would. And hell yes, I did. And so should you. I'm not saying 4:30 is your number. I'm just saying, what will you sacrifice to change your life, to give you these kind of choices? Okay? Now, here's what you need. You need a trading plan. I don't know how many of you have a trading plan, but a trading plan has to be written down. You might not be able to read all this if you're reading on a small screen, an iPad or a phone. Excuse me. But reach out to me. I'll send you a copy of this so you can go through it. But I'll go through the important things and highlight some of this. You know, what is my approach? What is my overall approach to the market? What am I trading? When am I trading it? Am I a scalper? Am I trading in seconds and minutes because I've only got an hour before I go to work and I don't like to hold my trades open? Well, then scalping is for you. You get in and out in seconds, in and out in minutes. Many of you have seen Catherine Marinas. She was started on May 1. She's hit the Masters Club now 6 times in a row, 6 weeks in a row. That's a success rate of 70%, 7 trades out of 10, 70 trades out of 100. She's actually doing better than me, and she's only just started. I post her and Tony and me and KD and Tia and a bunch of other people. Crystal's been on that Masters Club. Tony, obviously. The Masters Club, I would suggest everyone should go for that. It doesn't matter whether you use impulse. It doesn't matter what you're trading. But it's a good discipline to get into, that one of your goals is, I'm going to have a series of 10 trades. And out of that series of 10 trades, 7 of them are going to be winners and 3 can be losers. We're always going to have losses. So you're always going to have that. Don't worry about that. But get disciplined to be on that Masters Club Award winners page every single week. It will help your trading. It will help your mindset, because now you're getting awarded and you're getting recognition. You can post it on your IG and TikTok and everything else. So now if you're doing it, if you want people to join you, if you're doing the business side of this, people will see the actual results. And the Masters Club Award can't be faked. You've got to send your trading logs in, and they verify it to show that you've actually been that successful. Okay. What is my income goal? Obviously, we're all going to start on a demo account. You don't skip that step, because we want to learn how to take trades, what taking trades looks like, getting in and out, exit strategies, entry strategies, etc. It's got to be done on a demo account before you can transition to a live account, or in my preference is a funded trader account. But what is your income goal? And why is that your income goal? Why do you want to earn that money? Do you want to earn $4,000 a month so you can give up your job and trade full time and do these other things that we've been explaining? Do you want X amount so you can pay off a credit card bill? Do you want X amount because you need to buy a car, or you want to pay off your car payments? You need X amount because you want to buy your mum or dad something. You want to buy them a house, whatever it might be. Okay. What strategy am I implementing? I use 2 strategies. Well, actually 3. So I use impulse, and I train on impulse, especially for beginners, because it's a very, very easy system to use. You have a 4-minute beginner video. You should have all seen that. You have a 20-minute advanced video. You should have all seen that. After those 2 videos, 24 minutes, you can start trading. There's nothing simpler than that. There's no strategy easier than that. But there are other strategies out there. You know, there's Aurus, there's Dynamic Edge, there's Sci-Fi, there's the J strategy. There's all kinds of strategies out there. And whichever one, harmonics, whichever one gels with you and you like better, that's the one that you should stick with. Don't jump around. When you first start, you can jump around to see what works for you. But after that, stick with one strategy and master that one strategy. Okay. Which educators will I follow? If you're on impulse, then obviously Brandon Boyd and Josh Lee, they're on 3 times a day, Monday through Friday. There's no excuse not to get on their lives. Go live starting at 7 a.m. Pacific time, Monday through Friday. They record every session, so you can't get on there live, watch it recorded. And go through the boot camp. If you go to their favorite sessions, they have a 4-series boot camp. Go through those 1 till 4. And you're trading. What session am I trading? Obviously depends what your markets are. I'm going to show you where a nice tool that you can use to show you what markets are open and when. But if you're a nighttime person, don't have to get up early. Maybe you got kids and you want to put them to bed and you want to trade London session, so you want to trade at 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night, then London session is for you. If you want to trade in the morning time, the end of London and New York is the best time, because that's where all the big volatility is. 2 big markets are London and New York. When they overlap, you've got the 2 biggest markets overlapping together. That's even better trading time. So what session am I trading? What currency pairs or what instruments am I trading? Are you trading gold? Are you trading the indices? Are you trading crypto? I would say keep that number relatively small. A lot of people only trade gold to become experts at gold. A lot of people only trade gold and NAS 100 or NAS 100 and the Dow. Some people only trade Forex and they have 2 or 3 favorite pairs. With Impulse, you can set the filter to strength and just trade the top 3 pairs that have the highest strength because they're moving and moving fast. And you can make good money on those top 3 pairs. So whatever it is, make sure you know what currency. And this should all be in your trading plan. I am trading gold. I am trading gold and NAS 100. This is all written down. A trading plan has to be written down. If you don't have it written down, you've got to make one. Okay. What days do I trade? I've shown you the difference between trading 5 days a week and 3 days a week. It's dramatic. So again, you need the discipline, the commitment, and consistency to trade every day, even if it's for a short period of time. If you're doing crypto, you can trade 7 days a week, obviously. Number 8, which time frame do I trade on? Obviously, if you're scalping, you're trading on a 1 minute and 5 minute, and you're looking at the 15 minute and above to look for your support and resistance and your trend. If you're intraday, a swing position, I won't go into all of that. That's for trading, training, and that is all in your back office. If you go through the training for traders, there's a lot of videos there for you to learn how to do this stuff. Number 9, what are the market conditions? You've got to be checking what will affect the market. Is the market trending? Is it consolidating? Is it reversing? What is the news? Check your news. I showed you how to do that as well on Impulse. Is there news coming up? Is the market open coming up? They can have dramatic shifts to your strategy. And if you're in a trade and it suddenly goes the wrong way, you're going to get burnt out or even blow your account. Okay. What are my entry confirmations and exits? Obviously, that's just learning the strategy. We've been through all those as well, and I'll go through them again. And Brandon Boyd and Josh Lee go through them all the time. You need to know when to get in, and most importantly, when to get out. You get out too early, you're going to leave money on the table. You get out too late, it's going to eat into your profits. So just remember that. That follows into number 11, your trade management system. What are your exit signals? Are they engulfing candles? Are they parabolic stop and reverse signals? Is it crossing a line? Is it hitting key levels? Support and resistance, breaking trend lines, head and shoulders, tweezers, whatever it is, those entry and exit plans. You need to know these patterns and know what's going to get you out of a trade. Okay. Your risk management plan is basically knowing how much to risk. We have 4 outcomes for trading. We can take a small loss, we can break even, we can take a small gain, or we can take a large gain. Okay, we don't want to take large losses. Okay, and so the risk management plan will help you with that. I'm going to take questions at the end, by the way. So once I finish this and stop recording, we'll go into questions. So I will be looking at the chats then. Am I following my compound plan? We've gone through the compound plan, whether your compound plan is 1/3 of 1%, 1%, 2%, 3%. Don't aim for any bigger than 3%. But you need to know what that compounding plan is. You need to know the size of your account. Go into the calculatorsite.com, figure out how much you need to make a day. If it's $83, right at the top of the page when you start trading, $83. And when you hit that, you can stop trading. You can continue, but if you hit that level, you can stop trading. It might only take you 1 trade. It might take you 3 trades. It might take you 10 trades. Okay? Write that goal down. Make sure it's in your trading journal. We'll cover that as well. What is my pre and post trading routine? Excuse me, not just in trading, But I have a whole routine when I get up, and my coffee is already prepped the day before. My tea is already prepped the day before. The kettle is on. Whatever breakfast I've got out, if I'm having cereal, and the bowl is out on the counter. If you're trading, especially if you're scalping, you don't want to be away from the charts, messing around, making breakfast and coffee and all this kind of stuff when you're actually trading. So that's my pre-trading thing before I even look at the charts. And when I'm looking at the charts, I'm looking at what is the news. Is the news coming up? I'm marking up my charts, so looking at the trend lines. Are we going short? Are we going long? Looking at strategy, looking at the higher time frames, looking at support and resistance. All the things, again, we'll go that in. That's not for this. This is for trading training, not mindset trading. You have to have a trading journal so that you know when you're getting into trades, when you're getting out of trades. It's better on a spreadsheet because it starts getting big and unmanageable when you do a trading journal every day. But starting with just a $1.99 book from Walmart, just write it down. A line page book is fine to start if you want to do that. Okay. Discipline and mindset notes should be included in that journal. I took a trade on this. I made money on this. How did I feel? Was I excited? Was I nervous? Was I looking at, how did I have fear of missing out? Did I get into a late trade? Why did I get into a late trade? Write down your mindset and discipline notes in your trading journal because that will help you. I know many, many people, they have certain flaws. One of them might be late entries. Well, if you write down when you took a loss or you didn't make as much money as you thought you would, and you write down, I took a late entry, and you see lots of those, and that will pinpoint an area that you have to improve. You have to have your trading commandments. They were on last week's Zoom call. So if you don't know what those are, go and watch that recording again. Okay. So that was 14, 15 trading journal, 16 and 17 my trading commandments. There's simple trading mistakes here: getting out of trades too quickly, holding positions too long, skipping trades with the fear of losing, or getting into multiple trades. So another bad habit that people have is they're in a trade and it goes against them, but they know it's going to go up. Let's say they're in a buy and the trade starts going down, but they know it's going to go up. They get in another buy and it continues going down. Don't enter trades when they're not in profit. A more profitable strategy is to add to winning trades, not try and make up losing trades. It's much better if you're in a losing trade, get out, cut your loss. If it does turn around and go back into a buy like you predicted, it's probably going to continue going down first, so you get a better entry as it reverses, and then ride that buy up that you knew was coming all along. This is a funny little thing in the right. 1 year demo trading, 1 week real trading. And that can not be an exaggeration for a lot of people. Here's your trading times calculator. Go to this site at the bottom, babypips.com/tools/forex-market hours. You will have an interactive market time zone converter. You can move this left and right. And it'll show you the 4 main markets: Sydney, Tokyo, obviously Asian range, London and New York. This area between here and here is where the high volatility is. And here's the trading volume is marked at the bottom. So that's where the main trading volume is, where it's in green. In red, it's lower trading volume. So more profit opportunities when the trading volume is high. So use that tool so you know when they're open. It'll show up in your time zone when you enter your time zone. So it'll all be, you can enter it here, time zone. I've entered it in Pacific time. You can just change it with that drop down box. Okay, it's not easy, but it is simple. So you do have to remember that you're not going to make this kind of money overnight. I've shown you it can take months, it can even take years. So don't think this is a get rich quick, but you got to keep going at. You got to be prepared to learn this properly. You got to be prepared to put in the hours. You got to be prepared to practice. You've got to watch your go lives. I'm still on 3 or 4 go lives a week, even after 3 years. And I watch recordings. Okay. And everything I say, if this is against what your upline or your mentor or your coaches tell you, follow your heart, follow who you want to follow. Excuse me. If your coaches and your upline and your mentors are telling you to do something different than me, I'm okay with that. I'm just showing you other possibilities here. And if you want to trade a different way, that's fine too. Some people don't like funded trading accounts. I happen to love them. You follow what you believe will work best for you. And please understand, losses, setbacks, and obstacles are normal. The only time that they will hurt you if they make you quit and you don't learn this fabulous, fabulous skill that's going to be here and going to be used, is going to be yours forever. The skill of trading is yours forever. And if you master it, it's going to give you the choices and the freedom that you desire and the reason that you started trading. Okay, if you have any questions outside this, you can DM me on IG. You can scan that with your camera. That'll take you to my Instagram account. And with that, I'm going to stop the share screen and look at the take questions, stop the recording, and see where we go. Okay, so let's have a look at the questions.